On February 22nd, 1732, a boy was born in the wilderness of colonial Virginia. His parents, Augustine and Mary Ball Washington, raised him on a modest tobacco plantation. Young George grew up along the Potomac River, learning the ways of the rugged frontier. Unlike his wealthy half-brothers, he never received a formal education across the Atlantic Ocean. His father died when George was just 11, plunging the family into financial uncertainty. This sudden loss forced him to learn practical skills like geometry and land surveying. By age 16, he joined an expedition to map the wild Shenandoah Valley terrain. In 1749, he secured his first official job as the surveyor for Culpeper County. He leaned heavily on his older half-brother, Lawrence, who became his ultimate role model. Lawrence had married into the powerful Fairfax family, opening doors to Virginia's high society. Tragedy struck again when Lawrence died of tuberculosis, leaving Mount Vernon to young George. Inheriting the estate shifted his focus toward military ambition and a desire for grand leadership. At 21, Virginia's governor sent him into the Ohio Valley to confront French forces. This dangerous winter trek through frozen wilderness tested his physical endurance and raw courage. He survived assassination attempts and icy rivers, returning home with crucial intelligence reports. His detailed journal was published, making him a famous name throughout the British colonies. In 1754, he led troops back to the frontier, sparking the French and Indian War. He suffered a brutal defeat at Fort Necessity, signing a controversial French surrender document. Despite this early failure, he proved his immense bravery at the bloody Battle of the Monongahela. He survived 4 bullet holes through his coat, establishing his reputation as an invincible leader. By 27, he resigned his commission, ready to build a life of peaceful agriculture. In 1759, he married Martha Dandridge Custis, a wealthy widow with 2 young children. This marriage instantly elevated his financial status, making him one of Virginia's richest landowners. He expanded Mount Vernon, experimented with crop rotation, and entered the House of Burgesses. Yet, British taxes pushed him from a loyal subject into a fierce defender of liberty. In 1774, he attended the First Continental Congress, quietly advocating for strong colonial resistance. 1 year later, Congress unanimously appointed him Commander-in-Chief of the new Continental Army. He faced the world's most powerful military with an untrained, underfunded, and starving force. Through dark winter days, he kept the revolution alive with a daring crossing of the Delaware. The stunning victories at Trenton and Princeton revived the fading hopes of the American people. He endured the brutal winter at Valley Forge, transforming desperate soldiers into a professional army. With French help, he trapped the British at Yorktown, forcing a historic global surrender in 1781. Instead of seizing absolute power, he resigned his commission and returned to his quiet farm. This incredible act of humility shocked the world, earning him praise from King George III himself. But the fragile new nation faced chaos, forcing him back into the swirling political arena. In 1787, he presided over the Constitutional Convention, guiding the creation of America's framework. 2 years later, he was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. He defined the executive branch, creating the cabinet system and establishing the federal judiciary. He faced intense controversies, including the violent Whiskey Rebellion and deep cabinet political divides. His support for the unpopular Jay Treaty averted another catastrophic war with Great Britain. After 2 terms, he voluntarily stepped down, cementing the tradition of peaceful democratic transitions. His moving farewell address warned the young nation against political factions and foreign entanglements. He retired to Mount Vernon in 1797, finding brief solace in his beloved farming fields. On December 14, 1799, he died of a severe throat infection at 67 years old. He spent his final hours freeing his slaves in his will, a complex, agonizing legacy. The entire world mourned his passing, with Napoleon ordering official memorial ceremonies across France. Today, he stands as the indispensable man, the eternal father of the American Republic.